Hello, it's this Mr. Gambino here with a new video. And in this video I'm going to be going over yesterday's Rockstar Newswire that coincided with the release of the new update, the Spring 2019 update that came out yesterday. I was going to do this video after doing the Land of Opportunity mission so I could go more in depth with that. But I was streaming for like about an hour, 20 minutes. And for some reason the mission just didn't show up for me like it did yesterday. But first of all, the second paragraph talks about the feedback and how they have great intentions to listen to feedback, even beyond the beta turning into actual Reddit Online. And also, the third paragraph, they talk about how they're gonna do more immersive changes to the world and the character. There's going to be more on that pretty much at the end of the Newswire. And then, with the little bit I know about the Land of Opportunity's co-op missions, it sounds like there's 2 missions that are honorable, 2 missions that require you to be less honorable or whatever, basically an outlaw. And then there's 1 mission, which I believe you get at the end of both paths, where you're in like Blackwater somewhere, where of course the hero portion, basically, or the honorable one, has you go against the Del Lobo gang, and the outlaw strand has you apparently robbing the Saint Denis bank. And I heard the pay on that's like $80 or something around there. So it doesn't sound like it's good, and plus that's probably a one-time pay as well. So it might be even worse when repeating it. But yeah, I mainly know about the Outlaw Strand. The first mission for the Outlaw Strand apparently is he's stealing like 2 wagons. And yeah, there's that Saint Denis bank robbery thing, of course. But from what I saw, it doesn't seem like the pay is that good on it. For these next 3 paragraphs, I want to summarize the first one on the screen right now by saying that, of course, the Aberdeen Pig Farm person, or people in their case, and then the skip captain or whatever, from the story mode around like chapter 4 or something, I believe it was. They're now free mode mission givers. Now from when I looked on with the Rockstar support, it sounded like the mission givers, the only real difference in terms of the missions is if they're honorable or less honorable. Sounds like you can get pretty much the same missions from any mission givers. It seems their main purpose is just to add more spawns with those mission givers. However, you still do gotta appreciate the cutscenes with the beginning of all those characters. And if I didn't say, the Aberdeen Pig Farmers give low honor missions, while the skiff or skip captain gives honorable missions. With the Aberdeen Pig Farmers, they give the low honor missions because they're all in the story mode where they pretty much rob you of all your money. And then the skiff captain or whatever was a good character in the story mode, a kind of major character during certain parts of the game. Also, with the posse versus challenges, with the biggest fish challenge or whatever for posse versus challenges, it's kind of a personal fishing challenge, so it kind of makes the fishing challenge easier to accomplish if you have another person or multiple people even in your posse. So that makes it nice and convenient to start that one up. And then the dynamic events, all I really wanted to say on that is I've noticed a lot of them have been like ambush type ones, so a lot of them seem to be related to ambushes and like defending a camp and whatnot. And one of them I even got 15 gold bars, I'm pretty sure, so it can be pretty lucrative for gold for these new dynamic events. By the way, yes, they finally added poker or some sort of gambling into the game. Definitely a very nice, welcome addition. And also, it should be noted with public games that you cannot join a poker game unless you're not in a party. There's no public communication or anything during poker games, unfortunately, and I guess you can't go in a party, maybe to discourage any type of cheating within poker or whatever, I'm not too sure. But for whatever reason, you can't play a public game unless you're not in a party, so that's kind of unfortunate, especially for live streamers and stuff like that. And then also, from what I've heard, they're nice enough to blur the cards, so if you look in third person trying to cheat and look at someone else's cards, you cannot do that. And also the new Overrun Showdown mode, definitely think it's one of the more interesting showdown modes. It's kind of like a turf war type thing, where you kill people and try to take as much territory as you can. And if you get the whole territory, you can win the match. You can win a game pretty easily out of the 3 different games that you need to win in order for the match to be over. For the first paragraph on the screen right now, I just wanted to mention that in the settings of Red Dead Redemption 2, in fact Red Dead Online to be exact, you'll find there's an option for an automatic pin switch or whatever for the LeMat Revolver. What that will do is that if you're done with your revolver bullets, it will automatically switch to the shotgun, and if you're done with the 1 shotgun round, it will automatically switch to the revolver. It could be a pretty useful option if you're starting out with the shotgun shell a lot on the LeMat Revolver, so then it will pretty much instantaneously switch to the revolver rounds. So you can definitely utilize the weapon pretty well by using that setting, I would imagine. And then also, they're still giving pros for Ultimate Edition owners such as myself, which is nice, such as a free throat slit emote, and also $100 for Red Dead Online. And anyone who logs in this week will get 15 gold bars. And then, since I didn't really get to go over it on my live stream yesterday, since there's just so much to go over, there's 25% increase in XP on the Land of Opportunity missions, free roam missions, showdown modes, races, and then free roam events as well. For this section of paragraphs, the offensive mode is basically the exact mode from the beta. And then defensive playing mode is indicated by a shield, and you'll also take less damage in it. You can't be affected by lasso and melee attacks, so on and so forth. And then those who try to kill a defensive player or who end up killing a defensive player will get severe penalties, while very similar penalties will be applied to people who try abusing defensive mode against people not using it. And then for the player visibility and like the hostility system and whatnot, it can now be viewed from the player menu. And then if you're like the highest level hostility, apparently it can be spawned in a whole different region. In fact, it sounds like it's guaranteed as well, creating ample time for other people to escape. For this section of paragraphs, I just want to go over the first 2 balancing and improvements. The first one being removed auto-aim headshot tracking for enemy players only, meaning going against the eyes and whatnot in the game is going to be unaffected, and you have to actually put effort into getting headshots now, which is kind of a good thing and a bad thing. It is, of course, a good thing because it makes it hard to get easy kills, and it also makes the LeMat Revolver more of a practical option with its debut now. And then the bad thing is it really shouldn't be that way. I think that's why free aim needs to exist. Isn't that like the whole purpose of free aim, not to get easy headshots? How about instead of forcing everyone to follow by that rule, how about you have auto aim and free aim lobbies like GTA Online? Speaking of GTA Online, hopefully the poker is a good sign for the casino, however I don't really entirely think so. That's a topic for another video. And then the faster weapon swapping allows you to get into the action with your other weapons faster, and then projectile lighting. Might be a little confused what the instant projectile lighting means, but apparently what it means is you'll be able to instantly light the dynamite and fire bottles instead of having a little wait like you did in the past. Some of the highlights in this section is the new control scheme and variants are also available in the story mode, unlike most of the changes, of course. And then something worth noting for the daily challenge updates is that you only have to do one of the daily challenges per day in order to keep your streak up, so that's definitely very nice. You don't need to do all of them, because it can definitely prove to be annoying. And then they pretty much removed all PvP related challenges, so all of them related to like kills and whatnot are going to be tied to modes now, it seems. The new rewards sound like they're as part of like belt buckles, I think, are what the awards are going to be. And then when you get killed by a griefer every time, make sure you press square, because it can force an increase on hostility and bounty values beyond what people would get anyways. And I wanted to mention that the horse specialty selection, I recall that being available before this update, but I don't know why, but they're really highlighting on it on here. I could of course be wrong there. And then of course there's increased gold payouts, and then for a limited time there's no specified end as far as I know. You will receive 1 gold bar per rank. So for people who aren't a high rank, that's good. For people who are a really high rank though, that honestly really sucks then. To start off, this only applies for PlayStation 4 players only, of course, but anyone without a PlayStation Plus for any reason, in this day and age where you pretty much have to have it just to play anything online. Then, if you have friends, of course, without PlayStation Plus, you'll probably want to notify them that there's about 2 weeks where they can play Red Dead Online without a subscription. Definitely really nice right there. And of course, they also confirmed there's also going to be more content that's PS4 30-day exclusive. So that's going to be pretty nice, but we don't know what it is yet, technically. Unless I missed an announcement or something for today, but pretty sure it's still not announced. And then there's also apparently going to be new free roam characters, new showdown modes, and more, which apparently includes free roam missions. And there's going to be new clothing for permanent options and then time limited options as well, which is pretty cool. There's still going to be new clothing. So one of those characters appears to be Sadie Adler, so she's going to make a return for the online, according to the screenshot. And of course, since I'm pretty sure online takes place before story mode, that means she could be in like one of the areas from like chapter 1 or whatever. And yeah, if I didn't say, refer to the PlayStation blog for more details. But we have a roadmap apparently for new. Yeah, we have a roadmap for new editions apparently. So the PS4 early access content, and then free roam missions and clothing seems to be for next week. The week after, so 2 weeks from yesterday, look for the Head for the Hill Showdown mode, And then a wild animals kill competitive free roam challenge, which I guess is killing like predators or something, or maybe even any animal. That's pretty much wild. And then the week after, the public enemy showdown mode, and then railroad, and then some railroad free roam event where you captured cars on a moving train or something. That's for June 4th, it seems. And then June 11th apparently has another showdown mode, of course. And that's when we'll get new limited time and permanent clothing for the catalog, of course. And then they also, of course, confirm new bonuses like Red Dead Online money and then gold, of course. Increased payouts, so I guess money opportunities, care packages, exclusive gifts, and more. So they confirmed we'll be getting more Red Dead Online money and gold. Very nice, and even care packages. Very cool. Last but not least, I would assume this is the most exciting part for most people on this newswire, but they give us a teaser of what will be coming in a summer update for Red Dead Online, which will have like free paths for your character, a bounty hunter, a trader, and a collector. You could be dedicated to one of them to unlock specific rewards faster, it sounds like, or you can go for like all three sort of, but your progress towards all of them will be slower, of course. So that's, I guess, what they were hinting at earlier in the newswire, where they were going to try to make you more immersed with your character. And then, yeah, it sounds like there's going to be a business portion with the trader, which sounds interesting. So it seems like they're going to get into like the business aspect of things, like with GTA Online, that they've been doing for like the past 2 to 3 years. They've definitely seen the success with businesses in GTA Online. It sounds like they're going to transfer that over, at least with the trader. And then of course they're going to get like bounty hunting and collector. I'm not really too sure what to say on bounty hunting, to be honest. But honestly, the collector could be a pretty cool way to add a bunch of like the rare weapons from single player. For example, the terribly implemented rare shotgun, which cost like $200 something in the gunsmith. I hope they remove the option to buy it, make it a reward for the collector. They don't necessarily have to like update the game with having a bunch of new weapons for the game, of course. I hope there is new weapons, of course, but there's a lot of good weapons that could be made, especially for the collector role, like the rare weapons from the single player and all that. Plus, I'm not even sure if we have a lantern yet, so if there is no lantern in online yet, then that might be the return of the lantern of all fucking things. One thing I'm really disappointed about, though, is it seems to focus on good roles. Like, I get it, like, I don't want big promotion of, like, griefing, but there really should be a big, like, bad guy role or something as well. That's something I'm really disappointed about. Though I guess at least it'll make the Red Dead Online economy more healthier or whatever, not having as many grievers with a lack of a grieving role. And yeah, I wonder what kind of interesting outfits they can add as well. What is this type of update, of course. Definitely really curious on that, and if you want to read more on it, of course, you can refer to what's on the video right now. But anyways, I just wanted to put a bunch of my 2 cents especially on there, and then I wanted to go over a bunch of highlights of the rest of the newswires. So I hope I didn't accidentally go into much things from the last newswire before that was announcing the spring update before it came out. But yeah, regardless, I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, that's it for this video. Once again, hope you enjoyed.